Sorry
Hello.
it's been so long. Yeah, going back to the start of this arc, because, goodbye, Bruno.
We miss him.
I'm sad.
We still
I
don't
know.
have the crab back, which also makes me sad.
We also miss him.
We will have the
Claudia,
crab back,
the love of my life.
hopefully
We miss
next
the
Thursday.
crab more than the goblin, but don't tell the goblin.
I'm sure the goblin will never hear this. I'm sure. Okay. Let me, I'm a disaster child, so, I have to pull a couple things up real quick. Don't do that, computer. I don't need this right now. But in the meantime, you guys can introduce your characters for the recording. I'm gonna call this recording number
Oh, yeah.
1, and all of the recordings before this are going into a folder called recording number 0.
Oh,
Also, we're starting from here.
Yeah. Because, I'm gonna be real with you guys. The audio on the last video wasn't very good, and it was mostly my fault. It was a lot of background noise. And try as I might, it could not be cleaned.
understandable. Have a great day.
I need to. Please don't make me go first.
Please don't make me
Not it.
go first.
So much not it.
Good thing I just read the physical description.
So,
Yeah, I'm Googling it right now, too. I'm like, what did I say I am?
I don't-
Josh, it looks like you lost the nose goes.
I don't mind going the nose goes because I'll make it up as I go along.
Remember you have horns. Remember that Triton have horns.
Yes, I remember. Triton have-
Remember that I've reminded you this of like 15 times.
Hello, my name is Atlas. I am Triton. My eyes are green, my skin is blue, my hair is green and blue. I have horns, I am tall. But not like extra tall, just like normal tall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I have a large set of armor made of coral, if I remember. It has been a while.
Yep.
Coral armor, along with I think it's more coral on the shield, but it might be shell. I think it's some sort of shell. And then, along with that, a large warhammer, which is just made of stone. It's for whacking.
This
There's
hammer is
not
made for
much
whacking,
beyond-
and that's just what it'll do.
One of these days.
This hammer is gonna whack all over you. Is that what you wanted to say?
Yes, because now it's your turn since you finished it.
Well, I guess it is. Well, hi, my name is Aaron, but my character is Cassius Damasius. If you are meeting him for the first time, you will see a elven gentleman, kind of on the shorter side, around 5'6", with slicked back brown hair and green eyes. Usually smiling, happy-go-lucky kind of person. If you catch him on one of his off days, so underneath his mask, he is actually a vampire. His characteristics are a little bit more drow-like. Darker skin, white slicked back hair, and the tip of his right ear has been singed off, kind of rounded. He's a little shy about it, because some people are not hugely a fan of people who might kill them. We get a bad rap.
No surprise.
And I think all that's left is Thalia.
Hi. My
Hello.
My character's name is Thalia Loro. She is a summer Eladrin, but if you're meeting her on the material plane, She takes the appearance of a high elf. You'll see straight, yellowish orange hair, pretty long, goes down to mid back. She keeps it pulled into a high ponytail, no bangs. She has a long face, really strong features, honey-colored eyes with green flecks. Her shoulders are very broad, but it's covered up by a button down and a short cloak with a hood.
She's a cutie.
Yeah.
Why the long
Yes.
face?
Quite a long
Well,
face.
like, not.
Aaron, if you were in this room, I would smack you.
I was waiting the entire time.
You guys make me feel like my description was not enough.
It wasn't.
It's
The
okay.
description sucked. Man!
It's okay. Atlas doesn't have high intelligence. We can't expect much from him.
He doesn't
Damn.
know what he looks like.
To be fair, he has never seen a
What?
mirror before.
What is a mirror?
There are no mirrors in the ocean.
Oh, wait. If I look in a mirror, do I see myself?
Yes.
Okay, so that isn't a thing. Neato.
Mostly
It has to
because-
be silver backed.
Yeah, and these are not silver backed because aluminum has been discovered.
Oh,
Hey.
okay.
What about that fact that we had Bruno fixing Aaron? Fixing in quotes.
Oh, I cut that off before this arc anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Or he was being weaned off of it, and we can, what's it called? Where you go back and you rewrite your lore so that it makes sense. You can do that and just say that he had a cleric fix him, and now he's off his drugs.
Story Band-Aid.
Alright. Are you all ready to begin?
I'm gonna
Once
think of that
again.
word
Yes.
Shadows over Ismoth.
in
Let's go!
So, in the aftermath of the destruction of the freehold of Margrave and the arrival of Quailfalth in the material realm, you all kind of uncertain of what you're supposed to do next in the face of a massive threat that you cannot see nor fully comprehend, turn to the only real lead that you have. Your notes on Liamon's expedition and the name of a small town in on the very edge of Goliath territory in the Dragonspine Mountains of the north of the continent, Ismoth. And after asking around a little bit, and it takes a bit of traveling and a not insubstantial amount of gold, you come upon a merchant named Obed Marsh. He's a human man, but he's tall and he's pretty broad. You get the feeling that he's not quite fully human. And his Drake pack beast, Marcy, and he makes regular trips up to Ismoth. And you happen to catch him just in time to tag along. You travel for 2 weeks northwards. The land, as it goes higher in elevation, slowly becoming more arid grasslands and rocky cliffs, until you are finally packing up for the last little bit of your trip. A couple more hours this morning to Ismoth. If there's anything you need to ask Obed or talk to your companions about before you reach the town, if you need any refreshers on what exactly has happened, because it has been a while since we last played, now is the time to get those.
wonderful weather we're having.
It's
Sure is.
I don't think so.
You ever feel like that one thing that we left in that city is ever going to come back to haunt us? You know, the big eldritch horror that we couldn't see?
You mean the clip thaw?
kill follow.
Kill.
Oh, I may have misspelt that when writing it down.
We could call him like Bob.
You mean the upside down tree that was really scary and had wasps?
Yes. Well, I mean, if we ignore it for long enough, maybe it'll go away.
Is that how you deal with all your problems?
If you ignore trees for long enough, do they go away?
Look,
Yes. They do. It
I
just
think
has
it's more of an object permanence thing.
So Cassius
I don't
doesn't
see
have
it, so it's
object
not-
permanence.
I guess that's what I said.
Don't really want to
Writing it down on my character sheet.
I think you should have high enough wisdom for object permanence, right?
Is that a wisdom thing, not an intelligence thing?
I'll tell you what, I'll roll for it.
Oh no.
Don't do that.
12.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. You have object permanence.
Oh yeah, I remember that thing. Shit.
Oh yeah, that was a thing. Crazy, huh?
If you remember what you all know about Ismoth, it is about a decade back, you can estimate. It had been attacked by a dragon, and most of the town burned down.
Oh well, that's good. Good to know.
Bad to know for them. That's very sad. Hey, Obed.
And he kind of looks up from where he's been sneaking Marcia a little bit of extra food while you walk. Is there something you need?
So we're getting to Ismuth soon, pretty. Anything we should know about the place? I mean, you seem a little bit more local than us, or a little bit better traveled.
Oh, yeah, Ismoth is it's a nice enough little place. People are they're a bit reclusive up here. Don't get too many visitors, and they don't like their visitors too much, but y'all are traveling with me, you should be just fine.
I hop up into the front seat.
There is no carriage. There's just you guys walking, or riding, in Atlas's case, because he has a Kelpie now.
Aha!
Walking along this.
Well,
It's not a well-traveled road. It's kind of almost just a beaten dirt path that's half overgrown, but Obed seems to know it well.
Sure. Then I will move a little bit closer in his direction. So, why are you heading down here again?
Oh, I make this trip once or twice a year, so long as this mountain pass lets us. The people here,
I give the mountain pass a long stare. Kind of eye it.
the mountains come up very sharply, pretty much everywhere in the Dragon Spine, but it seems to loom over you quite a bit right here, and you can see it's later in the spring, so most of the snow is melted, and it's mostly safe to travel, but up higher on the mountaintops, the snow looks pretty thick, and you never know when it's gonna start rolling down.
Like, how many C's?
How many what?
How many C's thick?
Too many.
Okay.
Good answer.
Is it still kind of cold or?
Yeah, it's chilly. It's
Okay.
chilly and it's dry.
Achoo!
Boy, I wish it was not dry right now.
I pour water on Atlas.
Thanks.
And now Atlas is wet and cold.
The thanks is extra sarcastic.
Uh,
But Obed
can I
relays to you
drive
that
him?
he
With, I
Obed
just like
relays to
take
you
my
that
hat and kind of.
he makes this trip to deliver supplies, especially right after winter ends and just before winter begins, just to make sure if Ismoth is having a lean year that they don't, you know, starve.
Oh yeah, I know that you're delivering supplies that people eat. You wouldn't happen to have any incense on you, would you?
Oh my.
No.
No! I'm gonna actually check your luck here. Um, he has a little bit. It's not a lot, and it's not of good quality.
Oh, well, it smells nice anyway. Thanks for trying.
And kind of shoves it back roughly where he had pulled it from. He doesn't seem to have a good organization on the back of this massive drake.
Obed, are you the only one to make this trade route?
I'm the only human, yeah. Uh, Ismoth gets some traffic from the Goliaths, and a little bit of traffic from the Centaurs, but otherwise, yeah, I think I am. Like I
That
said,
makes either you tough or the rest of us weak.
Ismoth is a small town and out of the way, and there ain't too much interesting up here. A lot of merchants just don't bother.
Well, I think centaurs and Goliaths are pretty interesting. You think we'll meet one?
And he kind of measures you up. Obed is a taller person. He actually the top of his head comes up to the top of Atlas's horns. He kind of measures you up. You are very small compared to him, and he smiles and shakes his head. You should hope you never meet one of them.
But maybe they're friendly. I give a big smile.
He smiles back and just kind of loses interest. You arrive in Ismoth late in the morning. It's a quiet town, tucked right up against the forests that start to grow up towards the much colder part of the mountain. It's a small town square around the well, a few houses in clumps growing out from that, a few farms, the idle cow and Druffalo. Only one building appears to have electricity. It's the tavern, and it's literally just powered by a very loud and outdated generator that looks to be mostly held together by duct tape. There is a stall selling bread on one side of the tavern porch. The other side of the tavern porch is where Obed leads his drake to settle down. And the first thing you notice, really off about Ismoth, because it's later in the morning and you haven't really seen the people yet, is that the temple isn't close to the town. It's about a mile off the town.
Sure seems like a long walk for them to do their praying.
Obed kind of nods as he starts unloading his stuff. Temple's been there for longer than anyone in Ismoth can remember. And we're a pious folk around here. Nobody minds too much. I'm really squeaky today.
Who do they pray to around here?
That'd be the masked duenna.
The what?
The masked duenna.
The Rock Johnson.
She's a local goddess. Keeper of the forest around here.
Oh.
Does anybody ever see her?
Does anybody ever really see a god?
Have I ever heard of her?
No. Then again,
Okay.
you aren't really familiar with Surfacer religion, mostly because the Tritons have their own religion.
Understandable.
Remember, you are a worshipper of the Lunari, which are the ancient dreamers who shape at least your world.
Well, don't tell everyone. It's a spoiler.
Writing it down.
You don't
No
know this.
nagging. Grrr.
Grr.
I guess as we're pulling up, I'm going to kind of tuck around the back of the group and then Mask of Many Faces. I'm going to go for a nice ice climber's puffy parka with a furry hood and put that up.
All right. It does help you keep as warm as a vampire can keep.
I don't feel anything.
Real. It's not real.
But it looks particularly huggable, and that's what's important.
You didn't need to wear a parka to look particularly huggable.
Oh, jeez.
All right. But you guys are now in the town square. It doesn't look like they're back from... the word is retcon. Thank you, Atlas. It doesn't look like they're back from service yet. So,
I go up to Marcy. Who's a good girl?
She can't...
And I feed her some bread, if I have any.
Alright. She's...
I like her.
You have to feed it to her very carefully, because she eats like a lizard and snaps it up very quickly. But she can't really play with you right now, because she has to lie still. But she's happy.
Aw.
Like a side belly rub.
She's very smooth and very cold.
Same. Well, Atlas, where do you want to start?
Did not get any of that.
What'd you say?
Where do you think we should start? I mean, finding our missing persons case.
Looking around, there is the inn, the blacksmith, the general store, and a boarded up and overgrown building.
Oh, do we see, do we see Leomund anywhere, just walking around?
There's no one really walking around, except you guys.
Well, I mean, unless you guys need anything in particular, the #1 start place for any good adventure.
Is the blacksmith.
All right, to the blacksmith we go.
Oh boy.
Do we need anything at the blacksmith?
We need to find this person.
The doors are open to the smithy, not to the shop part, but to the smithy where the blacksmith works. The blacksmith himself doesn't seem to be here, or at least you assume the very young boy tending to the fires and putting all the tools in order is not the blacksmith. He is probably an apprentice. He looks very nervous when you guys enter.
Hello? Is anybody home?
Greetings, and welcome to the Malachite Hammer. I'm afraid that Bran isn't in yet, but if there's something I can help you with.
Oh, where is Bran right now?
He's at service. I've been excused from service today to get ready for one of his projects.
Okay. Do you know anyone named Leomund?
I'm afraid not, miss.
Okay, thanks. I'm gonna walk out.
Okay.
Buddy, you sound very cold, and I hand him my scarf.
Thank you, but he hands it back to you. I can't wear this while working. I'll catch it on fire.
Oh, that would be bad. Good work.
Typically, being on fire is bad, but I've rarely had any issue with that.
And the kid looks at you and he's Atlas. You can tell of the three of you, well, the two of you now standing in this smithy. He is probably most afraid of you. That's yeah, sure. If there's anything else you'll need.
I do need one thing. For you to have a great day. And then I'm
Kind
gonna
of
walk out.
breathes this heavy sigh of relief. You as well, sir.
I kind of and I'm out.
All right.
What was that?
Panic.
Panic.
Good answer.
So you left that poor boy alone.
Of course.
I think he preferred it to our company.
I mean, people will prefer a lot of company, especially with you around.
Now, I suggest we
I need a drink.
when we can find information without disturbing people. I don't think we should go to the chapel because
The general store.
no. The tavern?
The
But
tavern.
Dahlia, that makes too much sense.
Yes, it does.
You know who also makes sense? The guy running the general store.
He's not going to be there.
Oh yeah. Well, okay, but hear me out. What if we stop by the chapel and just see what's going on? I mean,
I think that would be a
Maybe
little rude. Unless you want to hide in the bushes
would that be
And-
less rude? I just feel like that's less visibly rude.
and like wait and then like really watch them as they come out.
Cassius is pretty good at shimmying in the bushes.
Well, so am I.
Is that Never mind. Okay, anyway.
Ooh,
I mean, I'm okay at bush shimmying, but
You shouldn't be moving.
uh,
Try not.
Well, it sounds like we got 3 options, so someone better flip a coin.
that three-sided coin. Okay.
No, you just
It's a-
see if it lands like vertically.
A coin has
Yeah,
3
just like on
sides.
its side.
It's not 2D.
It's very equal chances of each side.
I mean, if we're talking surface area,
I say we go check out the temple just since everybody's there, and maybe we could meet somebody who is in charge who could direct us to some more people. I imagine that a lot of people aren't skipping church to go drinking right now.
Well, actually, by the time
We
get
are.
there, they'll probably be done.
even
So-
more
Better
reason.
opportunity to meet people.
But, okay, to be fair though, I just did a lot of walking, and another mile of walking is going to kill me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm
And I
Atlas,
can-
if you can't carry the burden, I will carry you. With my -2 to strength, I will do my best.
Thanks, Sam. I appreciate it.
Damn.
No problem, Frodo.
Have fun with all 200 something pounds of
Do you guys have nicknames for each other?
only if you think you're being left out right now.
No. I'm sorry. Did not
Like-
asked.
Pet names for each other, or like just in general? My friends call me Cass.
You called each other Sam and Frodo.
Oh. Let's get walking.
So it does take you a little bit to get to the chapel, and by the time you get there, it is starting to let out. But it seems to be mostly the shopkeepers and the very young children who need to get to school who are being let out. Inside, you can still hear the tail end chanting of whatever service is going on.
Hooga chugga, hooga, hooga, hooga chugga.
Do I recognize what they're saying?
What languages do you speak again?
All of them.
Elvish, Primordial, Sylvan.
It is in Primordial.
What the fuck?
I know what it means. Pick me, I know as well.
It is it sounds like the kind of tail end of a longer, maybe piece of prophecy. But with so many people speaking at once and they're not really, in sync, you couldn't figure out what they're talking about.
Okay.
You said there were some kids and some bakers coming out right now?
The kids and the shopkeepers are coming out, and heading towards you guys. All of them dressed in these long, simple, dark robes, tied across the middle with rope.
I will walk behind Atlas because he's so much taller than me, and then as I pop out on the other side, I'll be wearing those robes as well. Mask of many faces.
Okay.
And I'll have big bushy eyebrows and a long wizard beard.
Okay.
And like a big handlebar mustache that says, I spent way too much time working on this.
Okay.
Okay.
Not sure how to respond to that.
I have no way to respond to that.
And it's not a lot of people, and they seem to kind of do their best to give you guys a pretty wide berth, not wanting to walk too close
It's a boy.
to you all. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to strangle you with my bare hands.
Who? What'd he do?
Aaron!
Are they holding like the little pamphlets that say, here's what you're going to learn at church today?
No. Most of them don't seem to be carrying anything.
What does a shopkeeper look like, since we're probably going to meet them later?
There's like 3 or 4 of them.
Well,
Pick
I
one.
got nothing.
Flip a coin.
Pick your favorite.
That's
What
weird.
does the middle one look like?
They're all humans.
Oh,
And
God.
unlike Obed, they're all pretty average-sized humans. None of them really above 5'9", 5'10".
Oh, that's how tall I am.
I look up at Dahlia. Neat.
Oh,
Short boy, short boy, short boy.
Someone.
he's just a baby. Don't make fun of him.
I am between 5 and 500 years old.
Don't
So
actually
you-
know.
But I think I'm not a child. I think.
A child.
Well, I guess as we're walking by, are any of the bushes looking particularly jumpable?
There
hideable?
aren't really any bushes out here.
Oh.
Damn, we're blown.
We're in the middle of the. I guess I'll call it taiga or tundra.
What?
Taiga is probably more accurate.
Tunga?
Okay. Who's loud music and heavy bass?
The next door neighbors, unfortunately.
Tell him to stop.
The best I can do is walk into the next room, and maybe it'll be a little quieter in there.
Tell him to stop.
Go in. That.
Yeah, for some reason, the volume of their music seems to be going up and down. And
Kill them.
Roll initiative.
I'm
Who?
assuming you all are not stopping anyone.
I thought about it and then I got shy, so I'm gonna keep walking until we see somebody else, I guess.
The guy, Sorry, what?
Actually, you know what? Because I got nothing better to do, I'm gonna throw a little Fey presence at them
Okay.
and turn it to charm. So they're going to make wisdom saving throws against a
Okay.
15, and let's just see who bites.
Well. Alright. Okay. It is, as you guys are walking, I guess Atlas and JC will have to make this too, if you are trying to be subtle about this.
Being subtle
I
about what?
believe JC is immune because she's an elf
Oh yeah,
or Fey
JC is immune to charm,
ancestry,
Oh.
but Atlas is not.
but Atlas does have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's happening either, but I'll make a wisdom save because I am very wise. In fact, I am the most wise of everyone here.
What do you roll?
So says me, I've rolled a total of 18.
Okay, so you are fine.
That'll do.
But as you all are walking, you feel the very soft and subtle tendrils of magic, and you almost immediately feel eyes on you guys. More specifically, Aaron, you feel eyes on you. Mostly the
Get 'em off.
children. Mostly the children, but also one. You're assuming it's a woman?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm new to town and I was running late for the sermon.
You're running,
What did I miss?
running very late, by the looks of it.
Well, I would have been running, but these robes are very long and I am very, very old.
I'm sure your companions here would have helped. Trust me, old man, you didn't miss too much. The same sermon as always, but we should have faith. This year will be better. Perhaps it is best that you spent the winter out of town. You do have family here, right? A place to stay?
Well, good day.
Good day. She kind of dazed and wanders off.
I think that went very well.
Aaron, just from your experience using this particular ability on, I guess you can call them civilians, she will very barely remember this conversation that she had with you. And if
Thank
she does
God.
remember any of it, it will not be coherent.
It wasn't coherent to begin with, Quinn.
Teehee. But otherwise,
Well, it doesn't seem like we missed too much.
otherwise you continue up to the church, where service is drawing to a close. People are closing their holy books and slipping them into the back of the pews, and generally cleaning up, getting ready to go.
Are we walking in right now, or are we still outside the door?
You're still outside.
Boy, I can't wait to enter this church. I'm
Me
gonna
too.
side-eye Cassius.
And I put my finger in real slow, like, and kind of poke the outside. Do I burst into flames?
No, nothing harms you. Nothing stops you.
Haha! And I jump in.
I'll follow. Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
Come on in. The religion is fine.
If it's not working on you, then the religion is not fine.
I think it's working great. I guess.
That's weird.
Do we see any signs of a ritual? Do we see a demon being summoned? A guy with a mustache?
No, looks like just a kind of normal temple service. Everybody's giving you three kind of odd looks because you are all very late. You are all so late that even sleeping in isn't an excuse. But otherwise, it looks pretty normal.
Well, normal is relative.
Yeah. To Cassius, it looks pretty normal.
Okay, to be fair, my experiences trying to walk into temples usually does not go so well. Can I like look around and see if everything's okay?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Let's investigate and check. Well, it's a 6.
So it looks fine. Everything
Neat.
looks fine.
Huh. Any decorations? Stained glass?
Yeah. All of the windows are stained glass, kind of depicting the local scenery, kind of some of the windows are like a view of the mountains, or just a kind of detail work of the forest, and it's all very, very intricate, but the kind of the most impressive piece is just behind the altar at the very back of the church. This large, it almost seems to be like floor to ceiling, of a masked woman. She's wearing this stag mask, sitting with her feet in a river, and she seems to be playing a harp, and she's looking not just out, like, into the church, she almost seems to be looking down, almost directly at you, or directly at the viewer.
I move a little to the left. Do the eyes follow me?
It still feels like she's looking at you.
Well,
Do I see the leader or priest leader anywhere?
Head priest.
Head priest, yes. That's what I meant.
The head priest and only priest is up at the altar, kind of cleaning up.
Okay, do you guys want to man in charge about it? Why are we here?
Hey, you're the one who wanted to go to the church. I said we should go to the general store.
I think I was the one. I think
So you're here.
Dahlia was really panning for the tavern. I'll go ahead and walk up to the holy man.
Alright. And he kind of turns. He's a surprisingly young man. For a holy man leading a church. Can't be older than 40. Very clean shaven. Smiles very warmly as you approach. Ah, it has been a long time since we've had visitors in the house of Duena. What brings you
Young
all?
man, no need to feel down. We are indeed visitors. We were running late for the service, and we were wondering if we could get the Spark Notes version.
Ah,
The what?
hold on.
Shocking Grass Parchment version.
Notes version.
No. No.
I am afraid I have to clean up and prepare for a wedding this afternoon, so I
Oh
don't
my god, a
have
wedding!
time
Oh my god. Oh
to
my god.
attend to
Oh, they're dating.
to new members of my flock as I should, but we'll have another service. Come the weekend, if you are still in town to join us. I am Father Martin, and I did not get your name.
Bob. My name is Bob.
Make a deception check.
I love how this Exactly the way it did
He
last
said it
time.
was Bob.
24.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bob. I'm assuming no surname. Please do not be embarrassed.
Bob Bobbert
Become-
Bobbertson.
So you come from a line of Bobs. Nothing to be
Yeah.
embarrassed about at all, then. Welcome.
Good
to
family.
And the blessings of Dwayne be upon you. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you and your associates to leave for the time moment while I get finished with the preparations.
Oh, preparing for the wedding?
Yes.
They're dating.
Who's getting married?
Persuasion check.
I was coming in town for a wedding of a long-distant cousin's uncle.
We're here for a reason.
Go ahead and do that persuasion check, buddy.
It's a 12.
It's a 12.
It's not even personal.
He kind of looks at you oddly.
Smile.
I'll laugh.
Well, Leo and Stephanie finally tying the knot.
Aww.
I will admit they are a bit young, but their courtship has been respectable, and they are well and in love.
Aw, jeez.
In a small town like this must be a really big occasion. I
It
wish
most
I'd brought
certainly
Tuck.
is, and I really must prepare for it. So if you will excuse me.
Sorry to take up your time, Father.
Yeah,
He's your dad?
I cannot say that it is no trouble, but it is good to see new faces in Ismoth.
Relatively little trouble considering it's us. And I start walking out the door. And
I
is
will
he...
remind you all, right about now, of the resource insight, and how you all obtain it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, how does this work?
Insight is obtained through investigation, perception, and insight checks. I'm going to restrict that to the unprompted ones, because you guys accumulated insight really quickly last time.
Okay. Is Father Dude Man, Martin,
Father Martin.
still, is he looking the other way right now?
Yeah. He's turned
Awesome.
and started cleaning up the altar.
I want to look for rooms.
Kind of trip and fall, and then when I stand up, I pick up one of the religious books that somebody put away and tuck it in my shirt.
Make a sleight of hand with advantage. What did you want to do, Atlas?
22.
Yeah, you get it. Atlas, what did you want to do?
I want to look around for, like, other rooms. Are there other rooms, or is it just one big room? Are there, like, trap doors on the floor?
Well, for trapdoors, you'd have to make an investigation check. But otherwise, there's this one large big hall, and then there appears to be a door off, like, straight from the altar off to the side, that leads into what looks to be a study, and past that, because that door is open, you can see another door opens into what appears to be a garden.
Okay. I wasn't looking, hard or anything. I was just trying to spot any other rooms.
Yeah.
Do I see any, like, primordial writing or, like, books laying around?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
As she is, I'm kind of waving the book, like, underneath my robe at her, just, like, giving a big, check out what I got!
22.
22. As you look around, especially being this close to the altar, there are runes not scratched, but properly inscribed into the stone beneath the altar, kind of in a large circle heading around the room, but you don't have time to take a proper look at them right now.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just gonna head out.
We out.
And as I get outside, you know, I really feel like we didn't accomplish much in there. I feel like we should have. You know, who are we looking for again? No.
Leomund, I think was her name.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you're gonna deride me for the fact that I didn't ask, I mean, Father Martin, he's a busy man.
Oh,
He's got
I know.
a wedding plan.
Oh, I completely forgot. You know. And...
We'll just try again tomorrow.
Oh wait, maybe this will help. And I change my face. Well, after we close the door thoroughly, I do change my face, and I'll put on something that looks similar to Leomund, kind of like if she had a twin brother.
Okay.
With like bigger ears and a really big hat.
Okay.
Wow.
Elephant
Maybe we
ears.
can just go around.
Yeah.
Should be
Well,
easy.
maybe not elephant, but baby elephant. We can go around and see if my sister, who I definitely was going to go see in this little town, has made an impression, if anybody remembers her.
Seems reasonable to me.
That's a good idea. You know, maybe we should go to the tavern. How
The
about that?
where?
The tavern.
Huh?
It sounds like a plan to me. And I'll hand Thalia, I did pick up this. I think somebody dropped it, but if you know if you can hear what they're saying, maybe you can read what they're writing. Just to make sure we're not getting into any...
No, you don't know actually what they're saying. But...
Got him.
Got him.
Oh! Then I hold on to it. I opened the book. Is it written in some weird script, or is it like English for dummies?
It is not written in common. Neither is it written in any language you know.
I turned it around.
I want it.
Ooh, no.
You guys know what this is?
Let me see it. I can
Here
hear
you
what
go.
they're saying. And I was looking for a
The
book
book
in
is
there,
saying
but
something
all
to
I
you?
saw were some, runes, and I didn't get a good look at them. So, you want to rock paper scissors for it?
I don't think this.
Oh. Oh no.
What?
I can't hear you.
Hello?
Aye, Captain.
It says.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, sorry. Everything went quiet for a second.
I don't know what you last heard, and
I could still hear everything.
Oh, well, we didn't hear anything you said.
yeah.
Cool.
A lot of hellos.
Yeah, the book is written in Primordial.
I can read.
I wanted to read it. Angry.
I am a good reader.
Here you are, Atlas.
What does it say?
It says, what does it say?
Well, just quickly skimming through the first page, it's a lot of, here's the creation of the world, and when the world was created, the bloody, 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 blah.
Boring,
It's
boring. Skip to the end. What happens when everybody dies?
The
I love this part.
That's it. That's all it says.
Well, let's hold on to that for later. Maybe there'll be something interesting in there.
I am very certain.
Insight
This is-
check.
On me?
Yeah, I think you might be thieving.
Okay.
Those are really shitty reading.
It's a 11.
11? Against I guess a deception check.
It's not deception because I'm not lying. I can read.
Okay, yeah.
Read Primordial.
Either way, it would be the same ad. I've got 17 total.
He can read. He's not
So
lying.
sexy. Dun, dun, dun.
So it says one word?
No, it says more words, but I started reading it and then I got bored of reading it.
Well, I was actually interested.
Well, you can have the book then.
I'll take the book.
Does it say anything interesting at the end?
Well, it
Uh,
just talks about creation.
The first chapter is all of creation. The second chapter speaks of a god, the god that created the world. Um, it's not until you get to you skim the third or fourth chapters, not chapter, the canticle, sorry, that you start really reading about the masked duenna, who is apparently a kind of bride of this mysterious creator of worlds. Um, the details of which are like super sketch, like really sketch, like child bride level sketch.
Oh,
Ooh.
like disturbing level sketch or like
Yeah.
Yeah, origin stories are weird, man.
oh, that's messed up.
Welp. Learned a lot. Time to go
And
drink this discovery off.
you flip to the final kind of page that has writing on it. There's a couple pages in the back that were once blank, but it looks to be like maybe student priests at one time had written notes, but the last section of writing. The old gods, they call to you. From their ancient prisons sing. Dragons with wicked eyes and wicked hearts, on blackened wings, doth deceit take flight, the first of children lost to night.
Oh,
Well, that sounds important.
lots of children in this book.
Okay, hear me out.
I do not know.
So, he's prepping for a wedding, and the deity is a bride. Yeah, I got nothing.
Well, it does talk about dragons.
That is true. Deceitful dragons.
Carrying the wicked eyes and wicked heart.
I wonder if this was a prophecy before the dragon came by or after the dragon came by. Is there a date?
It seemed to be written in, right? Like it looked like they were blank.
No, this
Oh.
part is the last like actual passage in the book.
Okay.
Does
Oh wait,
this building?
it's not a note. It's actually in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot, that's ironic.
Does the chapel seem any newer or older than the other buildings?
It is significantly older.
All right.
And I just realized I gave you guys the unedited version, so you were going to forget what you just saw there.
Saw where?
Oh, so those words we don't have that.
There.
Oh,
You see
okay.
that.
I see.
I take out my sunglasses and my Sonic Forget thing from Men in Black 2, and I forget everything that I saw and heard.
I did not remember the unedited version at all, so you're good.
Okay. That's good.
Who are you people?
Hello, my name is Atlas.
But you tuck the book into your bag and you head back to town.
Ain't nothing
Okay.
else to do
It
here.
is significantly busier than when you came in, mostly because there are now people here. It looks to be kind of the last planting of spring, so there's a lot of people bustling out towards the fields, carrying tools and bags of seeds and just generally getting ready to work. Late start to their day, but they seem content. None of them have changed out of their black plain robes, though.
But it's just the style, I guess.
I mean, it's cold. Why would they change? It looks pretty comfortable.
Oh yeah, I forget. Are you a elf of the summer or the winter or the
Summer.
spring court? Does that mean you're extra cold or still toasty?
Quinn, am I warm?
She herself radiates quite a bit of warmth,
Okay.
but JC, you feel pretty cold. This is not your climate.
So it's just JC, a heater, but cold all the time.
I take the scarf that I was offering the blacksmith and I toss it in your direction.
Thanks. I'll like.
It's what I got.
I still have my ponytail up because I don't wear my hair any other way, so I'll wrap it around my neck.
It helps a little bit. The scarf is not at all warmed by Cassius because Cassius is cold.
Yeah.
I'm dead inside. Anyway, I know we need to stop by the tavern, but do you guys want to pick up some decent winter clothes? Just pop in the General Mart, say, hey, we're very, very cold. Could you give us some of these cool robe things? And then we could head off and meet some interesting people?
Warm.
Yeah. Okay. I need maybe a thicker undershirt. I don't want to be too hindered in movement, though.
So you head into the general store. It is.
Yay!
It's a bit chilly inside. But it looks as though the fire has been lit very recently, though there is no one in the kind of main area. The shelves are pretty barren. There is not a lot here.
Is there a little bell to ding?
No.
Okay.
Ding,
And
ding, 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 ding.
I will ding my imaginary bell and feel better about myself.
I dinged out loud, so
Oh.
we'll see how that goes.
See, the
There's
bell
a-
does work.
There's a moment of silence, and then a kind of like a half crash, or maybe like the corner of a crate hitting the floor before it is caught. And then the door to the back is thrown open by this tall, very stately looking woman. Oh! And she kind of goes from serious to surprised. Visitors? Oh, pardon, the Raven's Roost isn't open yet, but, what can I help you with?
Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't mean to come in this early.
What time do you open?
I shouldn't open for another half hour, but, it's not like I get too much patronage
We're
anyway.
old people. No. Oh.
Is there something you need?
Warmer clothes? Do you sell clothing?
Yes, I should have maybe a coat or two in the back here. Jason, darling, please tell me you didn't go back to bed. She's kind of poked her head back around the corner and up the stairs, and you hear a distant grumbling, and then the sound of heavy footfalls on the steps as someone comes down.
And a tall pompadour walks through the door. Sorry, Jason is also my brother, and I'm really excited to see him walk out. Unkempt hair and just ready to go. I'm sorry, continue.
No, he's early teens, kind of slick black hair. Looks like he maybe like took a quick wash and then laid down and is now getting called out of bed.
Me.
Doesn't look particularly happy to see you. If you put together a list, I can have you all as much as we can spare for you by the time I open, I'm sure. You said you needed winter clothes, and she kind of scrapes up a piece of parchment and a piece of charcoal and starts writing.
Yep, it's
Winter
pretty
clothes.
cold.
And I guess, do you have any books about the town? Do you guys have a local historian, maybe, or like a pamphlet? Come visit.
And she
Come
looks up
visit.
and kind of narrows her eyes at you.
Look,
It's been a long time since I've been here to see.
You're
oh wait,
not.
I'm a different person.
Yeah, you're a different person.
Sorry, something was stuck in my throat. It's been a while since.
Easy to catch a cold
had
up here in
reason.
the mountains. I can get you some medicine for your cold too.
We're new now.
The extra. Yep.
Ismoth doesn't keep too many public records that aren't directly related to, harvests or marriage, but I can
Marriage.
take a look for you if you'd like me to.
That'd be a huge help. Thank you very much.
You're some kind of scholar, I'm guessing? You all from Margaret?
My sister was a scholar. I am more of a buffoon/assistant.
Buffoon is right.
But we've been looking for my sister, actually. She looks actually a little bit like me. We share a birthday. But she wouldn't have come through here, would she?
Darling, we haven't had visitors here in a decade.
Wait,
Okay.
that down.
Hi, my name is Atlas.
Greetings, Atlas.
We're from out of town,
I can
and
tell.
we were looking for my buffoon friend's sister, who we thought had came in this direction.
Does she have a name?
Many people do. Her name is Liam,
And she immediately gets this very stony, cold look. Never heard of her.
Insight check. I don't fucking believe her.
Alright, roll that insight check.
I'm sorry. I'll watch my language.
Watch your damn mouth.
I'm sorry. It's not my fault. I rolled a total of 22.
22? Yeah, she's lying.
I knew it. Now I can do so much with this information now that I know for certain people are.
Watching at the younger kid, Jason, who walked in, did he make any reaction, anything noticeable?
No, actually.
Kid don't care. You know that.
He doesn't remember.
Well, I think the clothes and if you have like a ham sandwich or anything, and the pamphlet.
You can get a
would be
ham
alright.
sandwich where
You know there's food at the tavern.
You're more likely to get warm food at the tavern, but I'll make sure to look for those books for you. If you could just leave let's see here. 14 silver down payment. The price is only half that, but I need to make sure you come back.
understandable. And seeing that I don't actually have any silver on my person and I only have gold, I shall give 1 gold piece.
Hot damn. Okay.
Wait,
He
is a
looks-
gold 10 silver?
Actually, yeah. So you would need to give her 2 gold pieces.
Yep, so I'll give her
I'll
2.
toss the other gold and say, you haven't had visitors in a while. Consider it some outside hospitality.
Thank you. That's much appreciated. She sweeps it into a lockbox. I should have everything ready before noon. You can come back then. In the meantime, Desmond at the tavern should set you up with some food and drink.
Well, we won't bother you any longer. Thank you very much. I'm sorry that we came in before things had opened up.
It's no problem at all.
And I walk out.
Alright.
Before I go, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, it's Lisa.
Thank you very much, Lisa. And I'll see you at noon. And I'm gonna give her a wink, and then I'm gonna walk out.
Alright.
We are not having any luck.
Lisa and Jason of the Raven's Roost, and I regret calling it that because I'm going to trip up every time I need to say it.
The Raven's Roost.
And it's Desmond at the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
Slaughtered.
Oh,
It's baby.
no.
That's very sad. But we didn't
So-
necessarily not learn anything.
What do you mean?
I don't think she didn't know Liamon's name, but she didn't know her face.
Oh.
Or
I don't think she was very popular when she came in. That being said, we did see... I mean, in the recording that we saw, right? I don't know why I'm still talking like the British person.
just keep it up.
It was something like the dragon came by and something was incinerated. Like, she was not having a great time when she was in this town, right?
Bad time. Yeah, it was bad time.
It was a bad time.
It was her fault.
We don't know that, but I
Maybe.
do think that bad times were happening very close to her coming by.
Well,
It's a-
I guess we'll just keep that knowledge in the wallet, and we'll.
Cassius. Maybe if
Yeah.
people don't like her, then it's a bad idea for you to be disguised as her brother.
But here's the thing, they didn't recognize the face. They recognized the name. My thought is that if somebody recognizes a face and they have something to say about it, we'll have a conversation with them because they'll come up to us.
Okay.
It might not be a pleasant conversation for them, but
I highly suspect that anyone who recognizes you or that name is going to hate us for all eternity for being related to terrible, terrible things that have happened a decade ago.
Or and avoid us and not give us any information.
okay.
I'm
I
just worried.
see where you're coming from. I'll tell you what, I'll switch it for now, and then if we feel like we need to switch back, get some information, we could just say we're looking for our teacher.
Well, she'll probably be teaching us terrible things, and they still won't want to talk to us.
Yeah, it's not you're her brother. It's that we had a friendly or I'm not gonna say that word. Association with her.
Amiable.
Yeah.
Amiable. An enemy, don't hurt yourself.
Fuck you.
Well, how are we going to find out if we don't ask people?
I'm not saying not to ask.
She's just
We
saying
can
to be a little more subtle about it.
Yeah, a lot more neutral.
Liamond, I say it quietly.
That's just
I'll find a
There's-
back alley and switch into my normal elven self.
Alright.
Selvin.
Which, by the way, I'm wearing a very large, floppy hat to
yeah, so
kind
we
of
can match.
shield the sun, and then I'm also have like a brown cloak with different patches from places that I've been. Oh shit, I forgot to pick up the patches in this store. I will think of that later.
Well,
So you head-
we'll be back at noon, so no issue.
You head
This is
into
true.
the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
Yeet.
It is mostly empty. Though to your surprise, there is not a human man tending the bar, but what you can assume to be a pygmy variation of a centaur. Kind of a pony centaur. He's
Aw.
more closer to average human height. The
He's a miniature pony?
Mhm.
I love him.
Yeah,
I say this in my head.
he has a very pleasant face, dark hair. His coat is this kind of malted brown and white. He's definitely a mountain kind of centaur, though. He smiles very brightly when you enter. Ah, visitors. It's been a long time since we've had anyone in Ismoth. Can I
So
get you all
we-
something
It's such an
to drink?
amiable little town. How long? Why's it been so long?
Oh, we're out of the way, and I'm sure you've
I'll give
noticed
you that.
the people are rather recluse. Could I get you something to drink? Maybe something to eat?
Yes.
A ham sandwich.
Ham sandwich for the Triton, and what for the lady?
What do you recommend?
Well,
Ham sandwich. Need a ham sandwich.
it's a bit late in the morning for them, but I think we still have a few cinnamon buns left.
Ooh, yes, I would love some.
Otherwise, we have porridge and a local stew. Mostly mushrooms and dried meat this time of year. It'll fill your stomach.
Bet. I'll take some of that famous fill your stomach stew.
Of course.
Where you gonna
Trish.
take it?
Trish, darling. And you see the door to the kitchen open up. You notice the door is and the entryways inside are taller than your average, what is it, 8-foot doorway?
Taller than your average bear.
And you realize why. That they're both taller and wider, and you realize why as this full-sized 12-foot centaur ducks his way into the main room. Oh. We got visitors. Cooking for 3? Right. And he turns and heads back. Big boy. Trish is a big boy. Trish is actually an average size.
Extra cinnamon buns, please.
Of
No.
course.
Just for me.
That might be a good conversation starter, though. Hey, here's a cinnamon bun. Have you seen this person that you don't like?
I think I'm just gonna eat them all, but
Anyway,
And Desmond
I
leans
will-
on the counter. So,
my name is Atlas, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way. I suspect we'll be here maybe a day or 2 or 3 question mark. And so I guess I'm trying to say I'm looking to secure some residence.
all right. We have a single room open. A lot of family coming back to the town for the wedding. It looks like the room is
There's a
only
wedding?
2 beds, though. Oh, yeah. Wedding this afternoon. Ismoth makes a rather big deal of these kinds of things. It's planned months in advance, and invitations are sent out, and people who don't live in Ismoth anymore can travel, goodness, weeks to get here.
Huh.
too bad.
But it's only 2 beds. I think we can maybe
I have a bedroll. If we have, is there enough room to just put a sleeping bag so I can?
a sleeping
Chill
bag,
out
or
there.
we can squeeze a mattress maybe in there. I think I have an
Oh, that
extra
would be
one.
far too much work. I'm comfortable wherever I sit. So
Oh, it's not
Thank you,
too
though.
much work, and my kids have to learn to climb the stairs anyway.
aw, I mean, neat.
I'll have an extra bed brought up for you all. He ducks under the counter to grab a key and hands it to Atlas, who seems to be the one leading your party right now.
Thank you.
Your room will be up the stairs and the very last door on the left.
Thank you very much. I appreciate everything you've done for us. How much do I owe you?
Let's see. You're staying for 3 days? 4?
I don't know. But
We'll put,
best
we'll put you down
we'll
for 3 days, and
to be safe.
if you need to extend, you can pay a little extra, and should you stay only 2 days, I'll make sure you get a refund. How's that sound?
Mighty kind.
Alright, for the 3 of you, it is 1 gold per night. So 3 gold total.
I'll hand him a gold.
Alright.
And I will
One gold from me.
and I will hand one as well.
Alright. He sweeps it into a lockbox and you all want something to drink, maybe?
Water. Surprise.
Surprise. Anything for the man in the funny hat or the lady?
I'll have water as well.
Of course.
Any drinks that you pride yourself on?
How about you go sit down and I'll make you something special?
Oh boy, chocolate milk? Yes.
As a reminder, it's not even noon yet.
It's noon o'clock somewhere.
I guess now is the perfect time for mimosas, isn't it?
It is about brunch time.
No, I would like a Bloody Mary.
Ew.
A muddy Blairy.
Actually, make that a Bloody Mary. That's a very good idea.
Of course, darling.
Who knows? Maybe it works. I say quietly.
But you all go, whatever table you sit at. Kind of, there's the usual, like, booths. Booths? It's a really hard word to say.
Booths.
Along
Yes.
the wall, and then
Boothesses.
circular tables taking up the space in the center. Kind of like almost like a proper restaurant. Wherever you all choose to sit.
The plural of booths
I wanna
is
sit at the booth.
beef.
Beef.
No,
So, table or booth?
no, it is not.
I will take 2 beefs, please.
Alright.
Is anybody else in here beyond the normal person?
Not that you notice. It's
Well, it's before noon, so
Yeah,
I didn't expect
everybody's-
anybody to be in the tavern.
1, everybody's out working, and 2, it doesn't look like really a place that people frequent.
All the cinnamon rolls are for me.
As soon as they come to the table, I'm going to try and steal one. We'll see how it goes.
No.
But as soon as you guys sit down, actually, someone actually slips at your table with you all. Kind of this
Oh.
darkly dressed, hood up. You can see a fair-faced woman, dark skin. She has this long scar that crosses her eye from her hairline all the way down to her jaw.
Hello.
Hope you don't mind me joining you. If I could give you a suggestion, don't drink anything he serves you.
Okay.
Well,
Not even water?
Especially not the water.
I'm so thirsty.
Why?
he's a fish. Anyway,
And she holds up
Um,
her hand, just as
Oh.
Desmond comes around with food and drink for everyone.
mage hand
there's-
cinnamon roll. I want to steal one.
I guess it's a D20 plus your spell modifier versus JC and her dex.
Ooh, my dex. Fun.
16. Bring it.
I rolled a 9.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah. So you do get the cinnamon roll. And as he sets food down in front of you all. Food and drink. I do hope you all enjoy. Marguerite.
Oh, thank you very much.
And he returns to the counter.
I will take the Bloody Mary, but I will use my Mask of Many Faces, make my jaw a little bit more forward than it should be, and then just kind of pour it down, but it misses my mouth. But it looks like I'm drinking.
Right onto the floor.
What the hell?
Oh, that was a bad idea.
The stranger kind of
Whoops.
gives you this unamused look. Nice
I'm
wine,
so sorry.
I guess. And she waves a hand, and the liquid on the floor disappears.
Wow. Well, I'm impressed.
You three chose a very bad day to arrive in Ismoth, didn't you?
It sounds like a good day. It's a day of a wedding. I mean, what could be wrong with a wedding?
The people getting married.
I guess that's a kind way to describe it.
And how would you put it?
A ritual sacrifice to a hungry not god.
Excuse me?
He can't hear us. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to now start eating my ham sandwich.
Stop. Don't.
Oh, I slap it away.
The food is fine. The drink is poisoned.
My ham sandwich is already on the floor.
I mage hand it up.
All right, I'll still eat the ham sandwich. Do go on.
Exactly.
With my ham sandwich mouth.
I'm sorry, I'm being terribly rude. My name is Cassius. What was yours?
You're Cassius, and the Triton there is Atlas. And
Yes,
the woman is
hello.
Thalia.
I've been very vocal about my name, so I'm not
so
surprised.
glad I didn't have to introduce myself. Thank you for already knowing my name.
I am the
This is an
seer,
introverted-
Marguerite. And I have
Say it
been,
again.
I am the seer, Marguerite,
Shoot.
and I have been long waiting for you three.
Huh. You're very good at your job. The last time I went to go see a seer, they asked, "Why are you here?" And then I left.
Here, I barely know her.
Most seers are con artists or not particularly practiced in their magic.
Well,
I would
And
suggest
I mean, to be really fair here, what do you have to prove to me you are not con artist or not practiced? To be blunt and to be rude. I'm sorry.
she looks at you, and now you get a good look at her eyes. She is human in appearance, but her eyes are bright gold from corner to corner, and in the center, instead of an iris and a pupil, is a kind of a rough sigil of a sun. You come from
Homunculus.
don't you,
Sorry.
Triton? Not practiced in the surface world. A paladin where others would be druid. A dreamer. And a seeker where others would remain in the cold. You come here seeking something you do not fully understand. Be wary. Not all things that lurk in the deep beneath the ground speak your language or dream your dreams.
Well, Cassius. That's my name. Atlas.
Indeed it is. A harder one.
What
to say.
are you?
Well, that was
What are you looking for
ominous
down there?
and
by the way?
scary. And I think my brunch is ruined.
Eat quickly. You have
Well-
things to see today.
I will
and
eat faster
things
then.
to do.
My brunch is not ruined. I am still hungry.
I've been shoveling cinnamon rolls down my throat while I'm listening.
I kind of like move my hand toward another cinnamon roll, just
No.
real slow.
No.
I'm going to sharply glare.
With a
I
knife.
shrink away.
As they are distracted eating, Marguerite turns to you, Thalia. You worry about your home? About the chaos these last weeks have thrown it into? You worry about a friend? A son? Of a powerful being, correct? His
Yes.
name is Yasha. He is seeking
Yeah.
you. He will find you. Give him time.
Oh.
And
Thank
then
you.
she takes one of your cinnamon buns.
I don't.
A small price to pay.
I didn't notice her take them. I'm just thinking of Yasha and how he's looking for me, and I really miss him. That's all I'm thinking of.
Alright.
Wait a minute. Why does she get a happy one? Why is mine so ominous?
So we got about 30 minutes left. I am going to say definitely we're going to take a break now. Because we've been playing for
Okay.
a little while. Afterwards, we can either keep playing till about. This next part will take about an hour, so 9:30, 9:40 will be when we end this. Or we can save that for next time. No, Thursday after next. It's up to you guys.
I am happy to continue, and I have no other engagements if everyone else is good.
Yeah, I'm good. Tomorrow's Saturday.
Tomorrow's Saturday. Saturday. Otherwise, let's take a break. I have to eat food while we're not recording, because that's just bad podcasting.
Nacho time.
No, get the popcorn. Popcorn, crackers.
I'm going to get a sandwich.
A
Okay.
ham sandwich.
No, it would not be. I take it back.
No, one does not eat pork.
I can't eat pork.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I said it, I was like, and that's incorrect.
But, God, it's good to be back. It's
It is good to be back.
so good to be back.
Welcome back, Quinn.
And I hope this is.
Welcome back, Cassius.
Well, hello.
I hope the difference between these two is not too jarring. I'm gonna go.
I was hoping for something to. If we're gonna go one more time, then might as well switch things up a little.
Definitely. I'm gonna go
Shake things up a little.
turn lights on and get sandwich. All right.
Sounds like a plan. I'll be right back too.
Bye.
What was being said? What did you say?
I was talking.
I'm just talking.
Let's watch.
Man. This just makes me want to see Midsummer.
Man, what she said was really ominous, but didn't actually mean to.
You're supposed to listen, like, between the lines.
You better fucking watch out.
Your intelligence
Ow.
is so low that you just don't comprehend it.
My wisdom is nice.
Yes. A 14.
I
is
would have.
nice.
I would have dumped my dex even more if I could.
I went with a 12. Imagine.
No, my fingers are off.
No. I think that we can leave the door open.
Alrighty. Anybody still on? Hello?
I have a Capri Sun.
Capri Suns are pretty great.
It's my favorite one. Strawberry kiwi.
One of my weirdest experiences drinking at Fernando's place was I made a mixed drink in a Capri Sun. And it was the weirdest like combination of like, this is my childhood, and here's my childhood at 21.
Because at 21 we are still children.
Just a little bit taller.
Like chocolate. I don't want to have it.
I have a chocolate chunk granola bar, and a sandwich, and a Capri Sun.
Oh heck yeah.
Here we have JC back? Question mark? JC? No, we don't have JC back.
Rip JC.
Fuck, I love Capri Sun. Alright.
They are good stuff. So how's the rereading of Neuromancer going for you? Are you enjoying it?
It's nice. God, I forgot how old this book is.
Mm.
It's not old in a bad way, it's just fun to see, like, oh, this is what we thought technological advancements were gonna be. Wow.
Sure. It's fun to see what they get right, and it's fun to see what they get very,
Gosh.
very wrong.
Both of our lights are going on, but I can't hear anything.
Hello?
Oh. You can't hear them? Then we'll hang up.
No!
We can hear you guys.
Yeah.
We're back.
Hello?
Welcome back.
Oh well.
I think that is because of the awful Wi-Fi we have in this room versus the other room. But I'd much rather be in this room without the loud music than in that room with the loud music.
Understandable.
Fair enough. What on earth? Okay. Quinn, do you remember the picture of the hat that I sent to you in GroupMe?
Yeah.
I had it popped up just to like have the description when I was talking about it. The neck of the woman in the hat is ridiculously long, and it's kind of freaking me out.
She's a giraffe.
Like, she just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I know you said she is a drow, but it sounded like you said she is giraffe.
I did in fact say she is giraffe.
Oh, no, it's not it's just a picture of a really neat hat.
She is a giraffe. Okay.
She is giraffe.
She is a drow.
We were so close.
If you told me you said drow, I would have believed you.
Also, Josh, JC, and I guess Quinn as well, because you live in Knoxville now. I guess I'll be coming up around like 11 o'clock. Do you guys want to take another crack at that one event? Or I don't know what you guys have planned for tomorrow, if you're going to the game or if you're just chilling.
Oh. Tomorrow?
Oh,
Yeah.
I just realized what you said by event. And I mean,
What event?
melee.
Oh. I mean, I will go with you guys.
Or, is that what you were talking about, Aaron?
Oh yeah, the accursed event where you use Nest to try and win.
Yes.
Oh,
Melee.
here.
Yeah.
We don't have to go anywhere. Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I
Yeah, yeah.
don't want to go anywhere on game day because game day is awful.
I'll lose my parking spot if I leave.
I understand. I didn't realize that I was coming on a game day, and I'm like, oh man, traffic
Yeah.
is going to be
You're gonna
even
set
worse.
a stick on fire.
You decided to come over on first game day of the year.
Oh god.
Excuse me, Quinn, what did you say about something being on fire? And why?
Ness sets people's sticks on fire.
Dicks on fire.
Mm-hmm. I thought
That's
I
all.
showed
Stick is on fire.
I thought I showed you guys that video. Hold on.
I
I
don't
think
think
you may need to
have.
see a doctor.
I think it's like one of the many side effects of using Viagra.
Oh God.
It sets your dick on fire?
See a doctor, man. If it's been on fire for 4 hours, see a doctor.
It's finally
Oh my
here.
God.
Smash Ultimate.
Guess I'm not going.
There you go.
Yeah.
Don't watch it right now because we're about to jump back into game. But
Hey, wait. Haven't I seen this one?
I have sent you this video before.
I think you may have sent it to me personally, but that is no reason to watch it again.
See, now I'm even more concerned.
There's
That you
villagers
saw something that
and-
said dick on fire, and then you were like, this reminds me of Joshua Oaks.
No, we were
It
talking about.
reminded me of Josh because it's Smash, and this is who I learned how to play Smash from. Because
Fair
I
enough.
can only play Jigglypuff.
Hey, you should get with Colin, and he's good at Jigglypuff, and he will give you very good pointers if that is what you're searching for. Actually, I shouldn't immediately assume that you're not better than him already, because I would believe if you told me you were better than him.
I have never seen Colin play Smash. But the only thing I'm good at is sleep rest. Sing
Well,
rest.
that's how you play
But
Jigglypuff.
I'm pretty fucking good at sing rest.
A very particular set of skills.
One skill. No, two skills: singing and resting.
Yes.
The other ones are pound and rollout. And I just can't figure out how to fucking do rollout.
You just charge it up, and then you let go. You don't move anything, because then you won't die.
You die. You die.
Just roll away.
As you're trying to get back to the stage, you roll out and then fling yourself back onto the stage.
And threw everyone in your way.
Yes, but make sure you hit something, otherwise you will fling off the other end of the stage.
Into eternity.
It makes me very sad.
Just remember, when you're trying to go upward, since jump doesn't give you too much height, you sing and that'll give you a little bit higher, but I don't think that's required anymore. That's just a melee tech. I don't know what to tell you. Because you can grab... Can you grab ledge out of air dodge in this game?
I think you can with some characters.
I know melee, so instead of air dodging upward to grab a ledge, you have to use sing, which will launch you upward, and then you can grab a ledge.
I know you can with Samus in any form. And like all of those other ones that are super light. I don't know. I never tried it.
Oh well. Let's
But back
see.
to Dungeons and Dragons. Alright, we ready to get back in this?
Sure, let's go for it.
So you get done eating, and it is... Cinnamon buns are amazing. The ham
Yay.
sandwich tastes like it's touched the floor. And the soup is palatable. It's a bit salty. A bit thinner than you expected, but otherwise it's pretty good.
Does it hold up to the promise of filling me up?
Yeah. You imagine you're going to get sick in a little bit, because you're not supposed to be eating food, but yeah.
Oh, remembering how that works. Awesome. Can I have... Is that like a free acid spray whenever the time comes?
Oh my
You
god.
can, if you pass enough constitution checks and decide to use it in combat as an acid spray, I will let you.
Yes! My constitution is balls. So,
It makes sense then.
like, it actually says just like, it's -2 strength, +3 dex, and then constitution says plus balls.
Plus balls.
It's not good.
Alright.
What is
But,
it? Oh wait, never mind. Metagaming.
once you are done eating, or when the seer decides you are done eating, he stands up and starts walking towards the door.
I'm
I
following.
stand up, and
Go to the bathroom.
I give... I take Mage Hand and I try and steal one of the bottles because I think it might come in handy. I want to know what poison this is.
Sleight of hand.
Do I have that spell?
I'm good at this. 15?
Alright, yeah.
Why isn't Aaron around?
You have a bottle of poison now. You don't know what poison this is, but it's a poison.
Margaret, what kind of poison is this?
Marguerite.
Oh, I'm sorry, Margaritaville.
Wasting away again, Margaritaville.
Please.
She takes the
We
bottle.
would have been if she didn't come up. We would have died and wasted away. It would have been very sad.
She takes the bottle from your hand and tucks it in her satchel. Baneberry.
Based on the name, does not taste very good. Were they trying to kill us, or just like make us dysentery?
The solution is diluted in this bottle, and diluted further in your drinks, it would knock you out, with the side effect of suppressing any magical capabilities.
Really?
Good thing I don't have that.
That's
That's a joke I do.
why. I mean, there's got to be more than just us coming to the town. It's a wedding.
Spell suppress.
Oh,
Why would
there are
they-
plenty coming to the town. None of them will be leaving.
Excuse me?
Oh, is it like a mass sacrifice?
Wait,
You're a clever girl. I like you. I hope that you make the right decisions and lead yourself down the better of the paths.
Witches?
how can we make them not sacrifice? Can we warn people? I mean, we can't just let that happen.
You can. She is leading you.
What do your elven eyes see?
She is leading you away from the church, actually, out the other side of town towards the forest.
Okay. Back
You
the
wouldn't
way.
happen to know Leomund, would you? I feel like out of all of the people in this town, you're going to be a little bit less superstitious and a little bit more...
Cassius, I have a feeling that she has seen a lot of things. Leomund
But this is the
probably
thing
one
that we
of
came
them.
for.
Whether in person, I don't know.
Leomund was a crafty woman, and perhaps a bit too hard-headed for her own good.
Hard-headed? Neat.
I warned her about the consequences,
Of.
but
And then a
she
dragon
was
came to
intent
town?
on her path.
Aren't we all?
The actions Leomund took, and the appearance of the dragon in Innsmouth are related in the sense that they are events. One did not necessarily cause the other.
Huh. I feel like we have more work to do, but we are looking for this liament, which I'm assuming you may have already known. It
One
would
of
be a great
you
help
is
to us.
looking for Liament.
And we were looking for the...
One of you, and she's looking right at you, Cassius, is
Uh-huh.
looking for himself. And one of you, she's looking straight at Thalia, is looking for something she doesn't even realize she needs yet. All of you
But
will
since we are all
arrive
traveling together...
at the same place, given time. And please, keep close. And she has led you right up to the edge of the forest now. I cannot keep the path open for very long. And as she steps forward, the forest here, the underbrush has grown very thick. It's kind of this mass of bushes and thorns and vines. But as she steps through the edge of the forest, all of that parts for her. And underneath her feet are these beautiful white lilies.
Maybe.
Is she the lady? Is she the lady? Does she look like she's made of stained glass and has a mask by any chance?
No.
No.
Then I keep walking.
As a reminder, she did just call her a fake god, a no god, false.
A false god.
I don't remember her terms, but yeah, she just trash talked whatever you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Also, since we're here and we're talking about it, you guys ever get the feeling like we're getting ourselves involved with something a lot larger than we initially anticipated?
Buddy, I'ma tell ya. I've been trying to get away from that since... God knows when.
Get away from
This
what?
is a step down for me. We're
There
good.
is no running from your fate, dark child. You're only ever running towards it.
Damn it. Well, this is a wonderful vacation then.
Just a reminder, Cassius, you could have stayed at home.
Well, Cassius, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, he's gonna die.
That's natural 18, wisdom saving throw, 22.
Alright. As you are walking down this path, the forest is very dark. The trees grow in very tight above you, and it lets very little light in. But deeper in the forest, you see kind of like a clearing with a broad beam of light falling in it. And you would swear that it looks like a castle courtyard, much neater than the rest of the forest around it, with a very meticulously kept garden. None of your companions see this. You are not compelled to walk towards it, but you do see it.
Does the castle courtyard look familiar?
Yes, but in a way you can't quite place.
I will... Minor illusion, just a little me. It's not going to move or anything, but it's just going to be there for a second, staring in a direction as I pop over there real quick.
And as you begin to walk off the path, Marguerite grabs your arm, and it's tight and almost bruising, and she says, "Don't."
Where you going, buddy?
Right. Stay close to you. You just said that.
And she turns to look at
Anyway.
the rest of you. The forest will tempt us 3 times. And 3 times we will refuse. Do not walk off the path. Do you understand?
Yes.
You got
Yes. And I take a little piece of rope
Mhm.
and offer it to Atlas and Thalia, maybe we should just stick together.
Mm.
And I tie it around my wrist.
Given that you just tried to walk off the path, I'm not so sure if I want to tie myself to you.
Whoa.
Look, but I was the only one who left. Now, I saw something that was pretty tempting. We can keep each other in check if we can't keep ourselves in check. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I offer it to Marguerite, but I feel like she doesn't need it.
She turns and keeps walking.
I'm gonna follow her.
I'm following. If Cass, if you want to tie it to me, go ahead.
Woohoo!
I appreciate it. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful
I'm
Wizard
gonna
of
grab
Oz.
the
I skip
rope
forward.
and not tie myself to it, but I'm gonna hold it.
Alright. Thalia, you are the next to make that wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Don't suck.
Can I see that box?
As you all are walking, all three of you notice that it is very, very quiet. There are
Natural.
Natural 20?
Yep.
Alright. There
Happy
are no
day.
birds. There's nothing rustling in the underbrush. There's barely any breeze. And Thalia, as you are walking, you see a flicker of silver through the trees, and your head whips around to track it, and you see the most glorious silver stag that you have ever seen. And it is standing a pretty good ways off the path, just staring at you. None of the rest of your companions see this.
I mean, I'm not going to follow it. Staying on the path.
Alright. And as
It is
you...
at this very quiet moment that I turn and barf.
Ew, dude, that's nasty.
Oh.
And as you
Stew wasn't that
choose
good either.
to keep walking forward, the deer turns and darts off into the woods.
Bye.
Atlas, you're the last one.
Atlas! So here I go and making a wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. It is a total of 20.
Yo, we're killing it.
So as you are walking, kind of holding this rope between your friends, you hear the thin, reedy, high note of a whale song cutting through the forest. You are the only one who hears this. And from behind you, you feel this weight settling over your shoulders. Someone hugging you very gently from behind.
I really want to turn around, but I know I shouldn't. So I'm not gonna.
Alright.
But I will listen.
You step forward, and all of that sound and all of that presence disappears.
Damn. I know it's only a ruse, but it is so tempting.
And Marguerite leads you to a very old... It looks like you've seen old abandoned churches in forests. That's what this looks like. It's an old abandoned temple that's been overgrown. The doors are like rotting off their hinges, and the stone is covered in vines and moss. You get the sense that you are a lot deeper in the forest than you should be for how long you've traveled. And Marguerite leads you up to the doors and over, kind of around the building, where you see a large, broad tree. Probably takes 17, 18 people to wrap their arms all the way around it.
tree huggers.
Oh my god.
This is where you saw her, Liamond, and this is where her companion died.
We didn't know. Who was her companion?
He was a mystic, a powerful mage. He invented many of the spells that are most common of use nowadays, though his name, like many of the names of the people she traveled with, have been struck from record and from memory. Hers
Thank you.
remains, because she cannot be erased.
I guess that's a form of immortality by itself.
It is preferable to the fate she suffered.
Mm.
And she
If,
turns-
And
Go
what
ahead.
fate was that?
You will learn, given time. She turns towards the old church. This path is yours. I cannot walk it with you. Inside you will find an altar, and beneath the altar a staircase. Beneath the staircase is a tunnel. It will take you back deep beneath the mountain towards the town. Follow the tunnel straight and do not take any detour. There is something waiting for you, and you will know it when you find it.
Thank you.
Are we gonna suffer a fate such as hers?
I should only hope that your choices do not lead you to doom. But your fate from here is yours, and I cannot meddle. Go now, you are running out of time.
Oh shit, I didn't know we were on a time limit. Okay.
As we're walking forward, I look back just quickly.
As you glance
If you're
over
the one who brought us here, aren't
over
you
your
meddling?
shoulder to where she should be, there's nothing there anymore.
And she's gone. I'm gonna use Divine Sense.
This is very old, consecrated ground.
Okay. Any celestials, fiends, or undead in 60 feet of me?
Not that you can tell.
Okay. Good answer.
Well, only one place to go.
Straight.
Yes,
Altar, staircase.
that was definitely
straight.
top 3 of my answers.
Well, let's go.
Alright,
I don't know what we're going to find.
so you enter the
Altar.
old church, and it is the immediate sense that kind of like that feeling that you get when you're trying to visit a friend just to make sure they're all right, and they're not answering the door, and the door is unlocked. So you step inside, and you get that feeling that you really shouldn't be there. Like you're walking in someone's home and you're not invited. That sense.
Oh boy.
The inside has been spared the kind of weathering that the outside has taken. A lot of the pews are broken, and a lot of the statues in the alcoves along the side of this church have fallen through the floor. But the altar, which is a large stone piece, which should be just as heavy as any of the statues, is still standing beneath a shattered stained glass window.
So, walking in, did I burst into flames?
No.
Neat.
Does this, does the layout look similar to the other church?
It looks exactly the same.
Okay.
Wait, where, Thalia, where were the ruins that you spoke of before?
They were on. I think they were behind. They were around the altar. What I remember. I didn't get a really good look at them because they were being rushed out.
Well, if this is the same place, only different, maybe they'll be the same. I take a look. Do I see any ruins?
You do see runes in Primordial.
Hey, I can read that.
So can I.
It is that same last passage from the book,
Damn.
written in a large circle, or in the center of this church.
Could you remind me what that said exactly?
The old gods call you, from their ancient prisons sing. Dragons with wicked eyes and wicked hearts, on blackened wings doth deceit take flight, the first of children lost tonight.
Okay, this is kind of out of character, but man, I hope our adopted children are okay.
Yeah.
Like, I miss them. But I'm sure they're fine. Okay, and I'm back.
Okay,
The staircase is below the altar? Around the altar?
that's what she said, though you're
Oh,
not
no.
sure how to access it.
Alright.
Are there books on the altar?
No, the altar has been cleared. There is a... I forget what it's called. That cloth that lays over the altar is still there, though it's tattered and kind of like barely hanging on.
Is there any wearing or indentation on the altar? Like something's supposed to be placed there? Or has
Make an
been?
investigation check.
Investigation. 17 plus that number. That is an unnatural 20.
Alright. As you are kind of looking at this, the surface is mostly flat, and then there's a very slight indentation, like a shallow bowl was supposed to be placed there.
Looking for a shallow bowl, anybody?
I'll help look for that if he has said anything.
I take my cast iron skillet and put it there.
Oh my god.
It does fit.
Never mind, we're good.
Though the weight of the bowl alone doesn't seem to be enough to trigger anything.
I sit on it.
Nope.
Cassius, if you're looking to get smitten, then you get smoked.
What?
I think
I know-
smitten means in love.
Cassius, what are you doing exactly?
There's an indentation here. And I remove both my butt and the skillet and point to the indentation in the altar. It seems like something's supposed to go here.
Okay. I look under the pews for anything like that.
Make an investigation check for me.
I'm expertise.
Are there back rooms?
Yeah, there's that study, and then the garden.
I would love to go into the study.
Unnatural
I'm
20.
really excited about that garden.
Kind of fumbling underneath the pews, Thalia, you find it's a long silvered taper meant for lighting maybe candles or incense. There's still a bit left for you to set on fire.
Okay.
Atlas, you step into the study.
The study.
And it's a rather small room with a desk pressed up against the wall. The chair has long been taken. And most of the books have been taken, it seems. And all of the drawers are open except for one.
Boy, do I really want to find out what's in the closed drawer. I'm gonna go to the drawer, and I'm gonna open it.
It's either jammed or locked. You can make a strength check to try and open it yourself, or you can call a friend over to try and dex it open.
Rogue, you know.
Do I see a visible lock?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm not going to just brute force this and break the desk. I'm gonna go ask who I know is a rogue.
You're going to fetch Thalia, who
Yes.
can make a lockpicking check.
I'm fumbling around with the incense candle. What? We can.
I found a locked drawer.
Oh, fun. I will shimmy over there.
Alright.
Where is it? Where is it?
It's in the
Desk.
study. At the desk.
In the study.
On this.
This drawer right here.
I'm gonna open it.
If you're proficient in Thieves' Tools,
I am.
do you have expertise in Thieves' Tools?
No. I did roll a natural 19 though.
You're fine.
Oh yeah.
20, 5, 6, 7, 8, 28.
The lock is rusted, so it's really difficult to get. And you, just from fiddling it, you can assume the lock is more jammed than it is, like, locked very well. So what you basically do is you take the little knife you were using to unlock it, shove it all the way, like, as deep in the lock as you can, and force it to turn. And opening up the drawer, there is a single old leather-bound journal and a single box of very expensive incense.
I call dibs on the journal.
Hey, I'm the one who opened it.
I'm gonna yoink. Yoink.
I'm going to resist. I don't know. Just take it. Take everything. God.
Ah! I'm gonna grab the incense too, and I'm gonna go run and find Cassius.
In the meantime, thinking of the courtyard that I saw, I'm walking toward the garden.
Okay. Just one moment. Atlas, two things you notice. One, the journal is encoded and missing a number of pages. Two,
Damn.
the box for the incense is a single piece of emerald that's been carved into this box shape with golden hinges and a golden clasp. And the incense inside looks to be mostly rose. It smells to be mostly rose, but the petals are a deep, vibrant blue. Cassius, you step into the garden, and it's a graveyard that doubles as a garden. It looks to be a graveyard where they plant plants over the bodies and kind of, you know, nurture life from death, that sort of thing. What exactly are you looking for back here?
I suppose I'm going to look around and I guess let's see. I look at the graves and I kind of, if there's dirt on them, I'll take a look at the names that are there.
Alright. Most of these are faded so badly that you can't tell what they might have said. There is a single stone angel far in the back of the garden that's mostly overgrown with vines. But it's not the angel that actually draws your attention. Growing beneath and around the statue are these beautiful, strange black flowers.
I'm gonna take a couple steps up to them, and I'll drop my disguise and kind of go full Monty. Well, that's actually a different thing.
Make a dexterity saving
But-
throw.
We're gonna do that. That's a 13.
You will take 4 points of damage as you step forward, this massive wasp, like literally the size of your palm, flies towards you and smacks into you and stings you rather hard on the arm before picking up and flying, kind of circling the flowers very aggressively. It does not want you over here.
But I want to be over there.
My hero.
So
Watch him.
I'm. Let's see. I pull out a can of wasp spray.
I know you don't have that.
It doesn't. Do I get like a guardian sense of it, or is it more like this bitch just stung me, I kill?
It's just, yeah, it's a guardian sense. It's a pissy sense. You're in its territory.
It's not a person, so I can't hold that person. I guess I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna take a step forward, hands up in the air, and I'm going to put them together in a kind of a bowing motion toward the angel, and just see if there's any less aggression, more aggression.
It isn't flying towards you, but it's still posturing aggressively. It doesn't want you over here.
And wishing that I took speak with animals, I'm going to take. Am I near any of the flowers?
You're close enough to one, yeah.
I pick it up.
Saving
And. Fuck. Boop. 15 this time.
15? Defender's bonus. Yeah, it flies at you again. Clearly not happy.
And as it flies toward me, I skitter, skitter, skitter.
Yeah, it pretty much chases you back inside. Though it does.
And
It does stop at the doorway. It doesn't follow you into the church.
Oh, no. I was going to the statue.
Oh, you're gonna try and get to the statue. You sure about that?
And
God.
I blink there. Or I'm sorry, Misty Step there. Just. Haha.
Okay.
And I disappear. But behind the statue, so hopefully it doesn't see me.
That's a dumbass.
Okay. You are now behind the statue. You've landed in the flowers.
Oh, that's very rude.
Cassius!
And they are
Just
not,
1 second!
It's not a fragrance you're familiar with. It's it's clearly not a common flower, just from the shape of it, and the way it grows, and you shouldn't be familiar with it, but there is something about it that feels familiar.
Oh boy. I do take the one that I had taken before, kind of stick it in my breast pocket, and I'll look up at the angel statue and just kind of think about how weird kind of the angels and demons feeling, and kind of look up at it for a little bit. Any switches? Just because I can't help it.
No. I'm gonna say no.
I gotcha. I kind of put my hand on it for a little bit, like a couple seconds, and then I walk over toward Atlas.
Make that dex saving throw.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
It's still
Darn.
pissed at you.
4.
Oh no. No, 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 no. 5 points of damage. As it gets you again.
How much rebuke? No, never mind. I run.
Again, the wasp doesn't follow you into the church, but it does chase you right up to the door. And it is it's a big fucking wasp. It's a chunky boy.
I just run through that door and I've got like stings all over and I'm like, ow!
Cassius, what the hell have you been up to?
He saw
There's
a
this
wasp
wasp.
nest, and his first reaction was to step on it.
I don't know, I got like vibes from it. I don't know.
Well, first of all, I want to remind you that we shouldn't be straying from the path. Second of all, I know you've been straying from the path. Boy. Third of all, I found these really nice incense, and I know you were looking for some incense.
You didn't find them.
I
because
definitely found them.
You took advantage of my law.
I'm gonna ignore everything you just said.
Thank you, Thalia.
Check out this, and I'm gonna hand him the incense.
Ooh, pretty. Do I know how much this would cost? Is it a lot? It looks like a lot.
This is exotic, definitely. You have seen this all of once before. This kind of incense, you have about a half a pound of it. It is quite literally worth its weight in platinum.
Oh, and
This
as
is a
another
little bit
reminder,
overkill.
I highly suspect that this is very important for something around here, and you probably shouldn't squander. Good to know. And if you took anything, put it back, and I'm gonna leave. Or
Took
I'm gonna
anything-
start reading the journal.
Going to leave.
Actually, I'm gonna stop right in my tracks as I'm walking away from him, and I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna go back to him and say, "Hey, can you read this?" And I'm gonna open the journal and I'm gonna point at it.
The journal
I
is
read this?
encoded. You cannot read it.
Oh, shit.
You imagine that with some work, you could probably decode it, but you couldn't do it immediately.
Too bad you're
Let's
in
save that for later. Given enough time, maybe, but it sounds like our friend Marguerite thinks that time is of the essence.
Time is of the essence.
Did
You were
you
right.
find anything useful, Cassius, while you were getting...
There's a wasp. There was a statue of an angel sitting over there, which was nice.
Yeah.
The flora is quite nice around here. I didn't find anything interesting though. Oh, was the angel holding anything by any chance?
No.
Nope.
No bowl.
Nope.
I'm gonna put that little incense holder in the indent. Just to see.
The incense holder wouldn't fit, but Cassius's pot fits.
Oh, it's a pot. Oh no, this is really nice.
You gotta
But I put
burn
it down.
incense on the altar. Duh.
Just from
Come on.
the price
I'm not
of this particular incense, you don't imagine you have to burn a lot.
Say it one more time.
Just from the price of this particular incense, you don't imagine that you have to burn a lot.
I take like very little amounts and just like boop, light that bad boy on fire.
And scrape it off into the bowl,
Yep.
and then
Get
Good
lit.
night. Getting lit.
JC has an item for this.
What?
JC
Oh,
has an item for this.
I do have a candle. Yes.
have-
No, you
It's
just
not
picked
it's
it
not
up.
a candle, it's the taper.
It's a silver taper.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what a taper was. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's meant for lighting candles or ceremonially lighting incense.
Well, I'll take that
Finger.
silver taper and light the incense.
Immediately, it's this deep scent that curls through the room. Very strong for how little you used. And it doesn't... The smoke doesn't curl outwards, as you would expect. It rolls under and slips beneath the floor. And beneath, you hear a rumble as the altar begins to sink.
Hopping on that altar.
And there is
Yeah.
the creaking and grinding of old machinery and ancient stone, as it is not so much a staircase down as it is an elevator or maybe just a simplified lift as you descend into what is surprisingly not darkness. A very long, wide, ornate hall beneath this church that runs in a long hallway further than you can see, with many branching paths. And as this elevator descends, first one, and then another brazier lights up. Not in traditional flames, but in brilliant, multicolored mage lights, all the way down the hall, as far as you can see.
All right, disco.
And it rumbles and rumbles down, and finally settles flush with the floor. And there's a heavy thud of something massive just sitting down behind you. You turn to see not a giant in the Goliath sense that you are used to, but a giant in the sense of standing at his full height. This creature would be 25, closer to 30 feet tall.
God damn.
Folded himself into this place, and in front of him, the mechanism by which the elevator moves. He seems to be chained here by these massive, these chains are less chains and more of crudely fused together hunks of metal to massive bracers around his wrists that chain him here. And when he turns to you, his mouth has been stitched closed with what looks to be iron bars that were manipulated, and his eyes, you can't quite tell in the darkness, but they look to have been gouged out, and the eye sockets healed over.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Does he have ears?
Yes?
He can hear. And does he have... I assume he has a nose, because that's how he knew. Is there, you said there was a hallway or a tunnel?
Yeah, there's a very long hallway with many branching paths. But
Yeah.
the main hallway runs straight.
I would like to urge my companions not to question too much, and then I shall thank the giant and walk down the hallway.
I take Atlas by the shoulder and I say, wait a minute.
No
Hear me
way!
out.
He's here for a reason.
The old gods call to you from ancient prisons they sing. That was what was written on the altar, correct?
Yes.
Look at that boy's mouth.
Okay. Not singing.
Because mouth is stitched shut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a map. I think these are instructions. So I
The
think
old gods of
we go up there and we're like,
here.
unzip those lips and see if this guy knows some Madonna.
Cassius. No, I don't think so. We were told to
Look
go.
at the instructions that we've been given so much.
I
We've
just
been
want
led here by some weird deity. Maybe. They just disappeared. I
a
don't
weird
know if
old
they're a
lady.
deity.
She's
They called to us.
magical, and I do not doubt her ability to go away when she wants to.
Yes. first line, and then the second line, ancient prisons they sing. So,
So I'm gonna wait till I find someone singing, won't I?
I'm following the path.
Alright.
Aaron,
walking.
don't stress about it. We'll come back here if we need to.
We won't.
And
I
Valia,
don't want-
as you are
Yes.
walking, and as you get further from their argument, this place is quiet. Like a pin drop would be a fucking drum in here. And as you're walking, you notice that these braziers are being held by these massive statues, 20 feet tall. And they all have these. All of the faces are different, most certainly, but they're all also most certainly related. All of them wearing these heavy crowns and these heavy pauldrons with capes flared out behind them, men and women. As you're walking, you count 10, 15, 20, slowly losing count of how many statues there are here.
can I take a look at the statues just a little bit closer?
Yes. And if you would like to attempt to identify one, that will be a very difficult history check.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try.
JC, you may try too. It's a little bit easier for you.
That's a
Is this a religion?
History. What was that, Cassius?
big old natural 1.
Okay, yeah, no.
18.
18? Kind of squinting at them. They are definitely old kings. And just, you never ventured this deep into the Feywilds to see them, but you came close. Yasha and you were reckless, much more reckless when you were younger, much less concerned with how dangerous the Feywilds could be. And you came close enough to see when the oceans were not filled with water, but ancient, massive trees reaching miles into the sky, ruled by ancient elves, much, much taller than any that live today.
I heard ruled.
This is...
We're gonna have to disconnect and reconnect.
Oh, and they're gone.
While they're gone, I take the zip tie off the statue.
Okay.
Off the statue?
I'm kidding. Oh, I'm sorry.
We'll never
They're
know.
back. Never important.
When the oceans
Filled
were
with
not
ancient.
filled with water, but ancient trees reaching miles into the sky, ruled by ancient elves, far taller than any that live today.
Ooh.
This is, you imagine, one of the last living images of a line of ancient kings.
Well, cool statue.
Very old. Very old. I'm not gonna tell you. Well,
Just
moving
for
along.
funsies, I change my mask, I switch to that face, and I keep walking.
Okay. And as you all head down the hall, for the most part it is all uniform. Every 15 feet or so there's another branching, thinner tunnel heading throughout the mountain. There is the
So
option...
it's not perfectly straight.
This tunnel is perfectly straight. There are a number of branching tunnels, though.
Interesting.
Don't do it.
No. I'm going straight.
And
I'm just looking around. I know we're going straight.
the
This
floor beneath you is this dark, black obsidian glass, which is why it takes you a moment to realize up ahead of you is this large gap in the floor and a deep pit reaching further down than you can see. It is too far to jump, and there is no... It is flush with the walls. There is no way to eke along an edge.
I'm going to turn the page in my Onions and Snapdragons book, find the right one, and shoot an Eldritch Blast down there to see what's down there.
What's the range on Eldritch Blast?
That's 120 feet, I believe. 120 or 150.
Zips into the darkness and further, and just dissipates in thin air. Not touching the floor. This is deep. It's a pit.
Okay, we're not falling there.
Well, we have to get across.
What's the distance?
150 feet across the pit?
The pit is 150 feet wide?
Mm-hmm.
That is a lot larger than I thought.
I can't face step that.
And I can't do my little blip to the other side either. How much rope do we have combined? 150 feet, you said?
I have 50 feet rope.
I have 50 feet of rope. No, I don't. I have a Sculler pack. I have a lot of pen.
Atlas, do you have any rope?
Well, first of all, I do have rope. Second of all, maybe we don't need it. Can I see the other side of... Is there more tunnel?
Yes, it goes straight.
That is precisely what I'm thinking, is that we should just go straight.
Leap of faith?
I am a man of faith.
Mm-hmm.
And I am a man of practicality, so I think we take Thalia's rope, we tie it to your waist, and then you make that leap. I have every confidence in you.
I definitely think this is a good idea to tie the strongest person here to the two weaker people so they can pick me up when I fall.
You're right, you will die.
Let the small people carry me. You know what? Fuck it. I'm about to just say fuck it and walk off this cliff.
Language.
I'm sorry. I need to watch my language.
Yeah, you're paladin.
He knows many oaths then. Okay. As a backup, I can take an hour, resummon my best friend, and send her across because she can fly. But that takes an hour, and I do think time is of the essence.
I think we're on a time limit here.
So here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to take an action to cast Bless on myself and my two compatriots.
Okay.
And then with that, I'm going to trust in my ability to cast Misty Step fast enough, and I'm going to take a step off the ledge.
Alright.
I'm just gonna fucking die now. God. Oh, I'm gonna die.
There is that moment when your stomach falls out from under you as you step off this ledge, and there is a bit of a dip. And then your foot comes into contact with something solid, and you stumble onto this invisible path. Not
Mr.
tall.
And-
Indiana Jones.
I'm going to wipe away all the fear from my face, turn around, and say, "See, I told you so. There was nothing wrong."
I push him forward.
I thought it was you who tried.
And I'm going to take a little bit of ink and then just kind of spread it around,
Away.
The ink
just so we can see the path.
falls through the path.
Well, that's just weird, and I keep walking.
But walking straight,
You don't need to hear, first of all.
you make it
Yes.
across.
I'm going directly straight.
Yes.
You make it across.
Hooray!
Yay.
Uneventful.
150. Woo.
Well, you guys better do something dangerous while I still have a minute of bless left.
I run forward. I jump in the pit. I'm kidding.
No. I'll tug him on the rope that is still tied.
Oh, I forgot we never did untie. How did you get to the room if we didn't untie the rope?
No. Didn't you just say that you just now tied rope before Atlas stepped off?
Oh, okay, that is correct. Then you did pull my leash. That is what happened.
Okay. And now I'm going to untie it.
I walked off without the rope. I don't know what y'all talking about.
I wasn't pulling you.
But you all continue forward.
Hi ho, hi ho.
And
Off
it's
that we go.
difficult to measure time underground. Cassius, to you, this feels like it drags on for hours. Like you're walking forever in this place. Thalia, to you, can't be more than maybe 5 minutes of walking. 10,
Yeah, this is
maybe. Atlas, you have no sense of time here. You have no idea how much time has passed.
Keen mind, my dude.
And
Are we there yet?
there is no lead up to it. There is no, oh, I see this in the distance, and I can expect this coming. From one blink to the next, standing in the center of the hallway, in front of a wall of golden flames, golden, sourceless flames from wall to wall, is an obsidian statue of an old queen.
Do I still look like the king?
Yeah?
Neat.
Do I recognize the queen?
No. But she is wielding in one hand a spear, and in the other hand a very ornate buckler, a small circular shield. She is a statue, which means she's on kind of like a raised block, and there is an inscription on that block.
I would love to read, if I can read.
Cast off your mortal belongings, O thine of old faith, and trust.
Well,
Cast off mortal belongings, ye of old faith, and trust.
Mhm.
What?
And
That's it.
trust. That's it.
I removed my pants. I'm kidding. I put them back on. Mortal belonging. Well, we've gotten this far on Leaps of Faith.
Not precisely. My question is, what counts as mortal belongings? Do they really want everything?
I think so. I
My-
take out my Book of Shadows and I put it on the ground. And then
Actually,
I begin.
that's a clever question. Make an intelligence check, and I'm gonna give you advantage on that.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
An intelligence check?
That was a clever question.
a good question. 13, and well, the first one was better, but I have a -1 because it is intelligence, so I have a total of 12.
All right. Underwater, you all had different ways of immortalizing people because you couldn't exactly build statues underwater because the constant movements of the currents would always be wearing away at them.
Yeah.
But you know that surfacers immortalize their people in statues. And looking at this statue, she is wearing her armor and she is wielding her weapons. But now that you're looking a little bit more closely, that she does have a pack that's full of scrolls. The value of ancient knowledge she has cast aside. And another pack that is full of food with a water skin tied to the side, and that has also been tossed aside.
What was in the other pack? I'm sorry.
Scrolls and all of her old knowledge she has tossed aside.
Okay, just checking. Are there actual scrolls in there?
No,
No, it's
Oh,
just
just a carving.
Gotcha.
Well, if that is the case, I will keep everything that I deem important to myself. And so I think I'm tossing the journal that No, I'm keeping the journal because that is knowledge to me. I will toss I have a wineskin full of vinegar. I have a really soggy 1,000 gold check.
It's really soggy now.
I've got an extra set of clothes that I don't ever wear because I like this one set of clothes way too much. I guess I'll toss on my rations, my mess kit, bedroll, and my rope. But I shall keep my books. I'll keep my weapons. I'll keep like backpacks and pouches to hold it. I'll keep my holy symbol. I'll drop my money.
All right.
I think that about covers everything. So I'm armored, I'm weaponed, I have my holy symbol and all of my books. I guess I'll keep my incense as well. But no, I'll toss the incense. Fuck it. It's all gone. I'll say nothing to the rest of them and hope they follow suit.
All
What
right.
is happening? Do I need to drop everything or?
Can you read the inscription? Can Thalia read the inscription?
Yeah.
If it's in primordial, then.
Hello?
Hold on. Drop thine mortal belongings, thy old faith, and trust.
I drop it all. I put the book down. I put the scholar pack down. My cast iron skillets and the cinnamon roll that I took from Thalia.
I'm back.
You didn't.
I did. Not from you. I took it from the waiter as they were coming up.
Okay. We were gone for a little bit.
Okay.
I'll just toss whatever's in my burglar's pack.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, my mortal belongings. And all my
I do keep two things. I have a pocket watch and a crystal earring left over from when I woke up, essentially.
Uh-huh.
I keep those because I find them integral to my hidden identity, and I assume that is more myself than needs to be left behind.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll drop my
Rope is gone. Water skin gone. Rations gone. Mess kit gone. Bedroll gone. And that just leaves me with Oh, I gotta toss my money as well. And gone.
Alright.
Money means nothing. And unless if there is a obvious path, I shall follow the path. Otherwise, I guess I'm just walking through the.
Alright. And all three
And I
of
drop
you...
my disguise.
Clever. Good thing you remembered that.
Yep.
And you all step through the fire.
I'm gonna die a second time.
And it wraps around you, but it never touches you. And it allows you to step through. And you are no longer in the hallway. You are in this massive chamber. Too dark even to see with dark vision.
Damn it.
And as you step, who is stepping forward first into this room?
Me! I would love to go forward.
And as you step forward, the floor beneath you lights up in these perfectly straight golden lines that spread across the floor in this beautiful geometric pattern. And this chamber is almost too large to comprehend. It's like the entirety of one of the mountains has been hollowed out. And at the center of this chamber, stirring from her millennia-long slumber, is this absolutely monstrous dragon.
Oh,
Dragon?
She
Yeah.
is easily taking up 3/4 of the chamber, almost incomprehensible in her size. Her back and the great spines nearly graze the ceiling as she heaves herself up. Her scales are a color that's difficult to describe. They aren't black or white or any tone in between or any true color. It can only be described as the absence of color, whatever that looks like to you. Sometimes you look and they're white, and sometimes they're black, and if you try to focus on her properly, it's almost too much for you to really understand. But the light of the floor does reflect off her scales and glitters through the room, and it's almost like this whole chamber has been filled with daylight. And it makes her seem even more ethereal than you could imagine. And the only corporeal seeming parts of her are her huge gem-like eye that swings around and levels itself with you three so she can see you properly. She regards
I
you
whisper to
with
Thalia. Oh.
She regards you with what you can best tell to be intrigue. Whether or not that is particularly good for your health is yet to be seen. And that's where we end tonight.
And...
Dragon! Dragon!
If you take one of its teeth, I swear to God. Don't you dare.
You can ask politely, but expect a required trade.
I am the Tooth Fairy. I will give you $1.50.
I am the Tooth Fairy's larger sibling, the Bone Fairy.
Yes.
That sounds so wrong.
I hope
I
this was
steal entire bones. Go away.
I hope this was a good session coming back.
Yes. I like this timeline more. Even though there's no children, but fast track to dragon, hell yeah.
Fast track to dragon. The last time you technically had a dragon. She was a dragon child, but she was a dragon.
Yeah, but I couldn't take her teeth, you know.
Oh god!
I probably can't take this one's teeth.
Tooth Fairy. You could have absolutely pulled that shit.
Oh boy.
Here I go killing again.